Watching a TV show. We don't get to participate. I'll try my best.
I watched Troy just to see us Achilles shout for Hector.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched that. I need to rewatch that. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. It's so good.
I had such a crush on Brad Pitt when that movie came out. I persuaded my attached ass to watch it in cinema. So we were like in, I think,
like
6th
at
grade.
The theater.
We were in 7th grade. We just started with Latin, and the first lecture in Latin is reading, Iliad. And we wanted to watch it in cinema. And you remember the start of the show of the movie? There's a lot of naked people in there, and we were all
Yes.
7th grader in the cinema with naked people on screen. Everybody was cheering.
All right. Yes, we did end with a freeze frame moment last session. Underfoot had leapt onto the table, picked up the candelabra that was holding the shards, and had used his action to go invisible. And that's right where we're gonna pick it up.
What? Hello?
Hello.
Underfoot, you there? Yes.
Wait, can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I don't have enough tabs open. Oh man, I have so many choices. Should I do the obvious one? Fuck it, let's do the obvious one. Underfoot will action surge. And then he'll use his Ape of the Montebec. I think that's how you say it. Oh wait, that just looks it up. Shoot.
You have
you're keeping the Montebec, so you're dimension dooring.
Dimension dooring. He just waves to the older man. It's like bye. And I would like to appear behind the group.
All right.
The group outside that are yelling his name.
Yes.
Stop!
Let me look at. I can't remember. Yeah. Underfoot, you appear. You could just hop into the other Owlbear link. Yeah, you just appear like standing right behind Atea. They're all on their horses. You're just looking at a bunch of horsetails. And then there's a pretty decent crowd behind you as well. Here's the link if you need it. But you are invisible.
Once I cast a spell, I'm not visible.
Yeah, that's right. You
Invisible
come,
anymore.
you become visible again. Yes. So you appear, right here, visibly, holding a candelabra full of shards.
Hey, nice. We see him, right?
Everybody make some perception checks, unless Underfoot immediately announces himself.
Closest thing I have to a candelabra.
I mean, that is a candelabra. It's just a single.
Oh shoot.
Atea is very occupied with the yelling. Notices nothing. Faney, I think you're kind of keeping your eye on the crowd and everything. You actually do notice, and so does Umthrak. Notices Underfoot appear behind you all with the candelabra full of shards in hand. You hear a small gasp from the crowd.
Shard to meet you. Wait, that's not how it goes.
Whether or not it goes in any direction, I believe it is time to disengage. We have gotten what we came for. Is it time?
It's always time.
What?
Is it hammer time?
The time is now.
It's hammer time! Oh,
Is that all of them?
Underfoot starts counting them. 1, 2, 3. What's after 3, guys?
you only have 3 fingers? On each hand?
At this point, you hear bells start ringing from the top of the palace here. Very quickly,
for whom the bell tolls?
very quickly echoed by bells tolling throughout the city. You see the 4 guards at the front steps lower their weapons and begin to rush in your direction as the
Where's their new pope?
I don't see the red smoke.
As the doors behind them open and more guards come charging out.
Oh god.
Oh, I want to fight them so bad. He turns around, looks at Underfoot, and can I just, wiggle around and pick him up and put him on a horse? Alvin with Frodo in front.
Yes.
Why am I? And then he says, "Why am I doing that? You can fly."
But this is fun.
You hear the guards start to yell, "Stop! Halt! Stop! Arrest them! Seize them!"
No, that's not our names.
Dude. Oh. Any ideas? What should I do?
Did we run away?
We likely should.
Yes. Let's just leave. What are they gonna do? Stop us?
I think they'll try.
Well, no.
But what of the people here?
We'll come back for them.
We can't do everything at once.
Yeah, how many people can you fit on your horse?
2.
Including yourself?
Yes. It's a
So-
horse.
So 1.
Fine.
Other
Okay.
person.
I want to do something drastic. Who wants to go up there with me and destroy that stupid bell? Doesn't even sound nice.
Yeah, it definitely sounds more like the bell on the temple sounds more like a warning or call to arms bell. The bells in the chapel, which are ringing, do sound like beautiful church bells, but not the bell here.
Yeah. All right.
See the bell?
Yeah, it's up on top of the building.
Yeah, there's a belfry up there.
Is it within 90 feet?
Probably somewhere right around there.
You can
It's
also
on-
say it's within 120 feet, and I'll just upcast Vortex Warp.
Yeah, it's definitely within 120 feet.
All right.
Can you do that to a bell?
No, I would. No, it's for a creature.
Oh,
No, I tell you, you want to destroy that bell?
Yeah.
Abracadabra. And I cast Vortex Warp at 3rd level.
Nice. Underfoot, you fall onto the ground because any spell that gets cast on me also casts on my horse.
oh,
So
that's right. I forgot about that.
off I go.
Uh-oh.
Underfoot, in a very cartoonish manner, you plummet about 6 feet. You like hover for like a split second, and then you land on your feet.
Oh, you
It's
realize-
only a few feet, but like it's that like cartoon moment of like you have like your eyes go wide because suddenly there's nothing underneath you, and then whoop.
Yeah, but it's just high enough that it like hurts the soles of your feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Ouch.
Just gotta go up there and I know bells are like secured by really cool stuff. And it's really sturdy. Can I sever the that rope that rings the bell to make it stop?
Certainly, you would be very easily able to do that. Yes, because there's
Yeah,
quite a
then
bit
I'll-
of masonry and woodwork that scaffolding that bells are suspended in for ringing. But it is just one little rope with a guy at the bottom of it. So yes,
Yep.
you can very easily sever that rope.
Depending, I'm gonna spend like another round up here looking down at this guy and say, "You better run!" in that 300 times louder voice. And
Yeah. You look
I'm gonna-
down, and it's
Uh-huh.
like a teenager in like junior priest robes, and he is like and then he just runs away.
What scream was that? Yeah, Ataya's gotta be up there and spending however long it takes to dismantle the woodwork that it is hanging on. He loves masonry too much to destroy that, but there is this beam on which the bells are usually attached to,
Uh-huh.
and he'll just cut the beam so the bell eventually pummels down this entire belfry.
That's gonna take a few swings, so let's roll initiative real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody or just Ateo?
Yeah, everybody.
bell.
Everybody.
I don't have advantage, do I? No.
Like
probably
if you all were just gonna bamf out of there, I was gonna let you go without rolling initiative. But if Taya's making a few attacks, we're sticking around for at least one round.
Ateo, you and I rolled the same.
Mm-hmm. Your dex is probably higher. That +2 is from your dex, right?
Yeah.
Then you go first because mine are all external bonuses.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, Underfoot, what's happening to you?
My hands
It's still falling.
Oh no.
Oh, Ateo, you can go back to 19 in case Mav rolls somebody that's an 18.
Right. Perfect. Thank you.
Ataya, go ahead and make your attack rolls on we'll call this kind of the surprise round on the belfry.
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna do normal. 27 and well, that's a crit.
Okay, yeah. So it takes 2 whacks, but like the first whack, you make a nice little like notch in it, and then the second whack, you hit that just perfectly cleanly, and you split right through one side of that beam, and you just hear this. I mean, it's a big old bell, so with that one side out, you hear this just like splintering crack as the other side breaks, and the whole bell just plummets, and with a massive clang that resounds throughout the city. The bell just shatters, breaks into a few pieces. You've given them a new Liberty Bell.
Yeah, it is cracked. We're going to come back. Beware that day, and then start flying outside the city. And I hope the party can hear it.
Yeah, the party. You all see Rathalion and mighty Atea astride his mighty steed take to the sky, moonblade aloft, having vanquished the bell. That will bring us to Umthrak. Umthrak, you see that these folks are very clearly intent on stopping you all. The common folk that are back behind you, I just realized not all of them are visible.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
There's more.
Oh yeah, you had gathered quite the crowd in the few minutes of just standing there yelling at the palace. They are they all kind of took that like half step back when the guards clearly became hostile. They are there's ways to get through them without trampling over people, but they're clearly not going to try to interfere or anything.
Right. I think Umthrak will not mind the fighting force in front of him too much, and he will turn to the people, and then he will praise and yell out onto them. Behold, we are the mighty celestial harbingers of the old gods that you have abandoned. We have taken your shards of Anak, and we have destroyed your bell for your sins against the old pantheon. Protect this false god any further, and more shall be taken from your peoples. Praise yet again the old pantheon, and you will be spared from your suffering. Yield now, and rebel against your oppressors. Rebel against this new false occultist god, and be free once more. And then he's just gonna clippity cloppity clippity cloppity clippity cloppity away.
He can't fly. It has a speed of 100 feet, if I recall correctly.
Okay, he's clippity clappity clippity clappity clippity clappity away. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, with 100 feet of movement, you have removed yourself from the immediate vicinity of any threats.
Okay.
Anything else?
Watching.
Oh yes, it is a two-legged horse, isn't it? Oh god.
It's the speed canto.
Oh man. All right, that actually brings us to our heavy infantry here.
Realize they get to go first. My bad,
15,
boys.
20, 25. Dash. 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 Okay. Okay. Yeah. They are all going to try to grab each of you. There's only a couple that can act. Most of them had to dash to surround you. Gino, one is going to grab at you. You'll need to beat a wow. You'll need to beat a 10 grapple check.
Not that I'm proficient acrobatics, but
Umthrak, you'll need to, or not Umthrak, sorry. Underfoot, you'll need to. Yeah, you're good. You kind of like step your horse, so your horse like butt checks him a little bit and like knocks him back. Underfoot, I need you to beat a 23 grapple check. 28 does. Yeah, you're able to, like, as you have become so adept at doing recently, since you did it about 15 times just a minute ago, you duck like right under this guy's arms as he grabs for you. And then Fanny, wow, with these rolls. You need to beat an 8, Fanny.
Oh my god.
Damn.
You got this.
Fady like casually holding a cupcake and eating it. They go like,
Yeah, 16 beats it. So yeah, same to you. You're able to kind of step your
I am on a horse.
yeah, you're able to kind of step your horse back just a smidge, dodge as this guy tries to pull you down off your horse. That is their turn, which brings us to Gino.
All right. There are two things that I was thinking about doing. Let's see. Okay. Myself. Underfoot, Rainy, or Fanny rather, and Chia, right? That's your horse's name?
Yeah, Chia.
Chia, that's right. Yes.
We all teleport 120 feet into the air via scatter.
wait.
Does my horse fly?
Yes, nightmares fly.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Oh my, that's Should
I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember for a second.
You would have had 2 rounds to figure out what to do if they didn't, though. Because you fall at 60 feet around.
And
I
then
could just face step gently to like
Well,
the top.
yeah, but what about your horse?
I mean, it's a
It's moot.
It's a nightmare.
It's moot. He flies, but
okay.
Level 20 party, no feather fall spell. Wow. Nice.
and then I'm gonna move 90 feet here.
yeah, just away.
Well, I'm also chasing after Umthrak because he's the only member of our party that can't fly right now. So I'm like, Umthrak, wait! Or so, and then I'm like, Umthrak, Leofric, my retainer. And that is my turn.
All right, that brings us to Fanny. Fanny, you are now 120 feet in the air, astride Chia.
I sure am. Okay. Checking out the range of all my spells. Ooh.
You do have to be willing. Oh, you do get a wisdom saving throw.
I guess I was willing if you were
Okay.
getting us out of there.
Yes, he would have shouted, "And away!" Because he's just like that.
How far away is Leofric now?
Umthrak is approximately, because I don't want to do trigonometry, 120 feet away from you.
Let's go.
Okay.
He ran 100 feet. You're 120 feet up in the air. I don't want to do that math.
Was it a squared plus b squared equals c squared or something?
Yep. That's,
Oh
yes.
god.
So the square root of a and b.
Ah,
How big is the church or the building?
It's probably like 60, 70 feet tall.
How like long is it?
I don't know, maybe 100 feet.
Oh, that's not very big.
No, it's actually smaller than the temple you all were in earlier.
Oh, I have this prepared. What does this do? Sorry, I have to read like all of my
That's the most cleric moment. What did I prepare today?
Oh, okay. This is what I'm gonna do.
What can my god help me do now?
So we are, so we are in the air.
Yes.
I am going to cast an 8th level spell. I'm going to cast
I'm awake now.
Sunburst
Oh, God.
Oh my.
What?
on this like group of guards, which we are no longer like in.
Oh no, Gino, you grabbed underfoot too, a scatter, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I get up to 5.
60 feet? These guards are still up here too?
Yes, they have not taken their turn yet.
5, 10, 15.
12d6 radiant damage. Oh boy.
I will
15,
square
20,
them up.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Are you trying to see how big the sphere is? Here, let me just put this on the map for you.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt any of the civilians.
Wait, why are my props gone? Owlbear, what the hell? Oh, they're there. Okay. Whew. How big's the radius? 60 feet? 60 foot sphere, so it's 60 foot diameter.
All right.
So what, like that?
It's a 60-foot radius.
Oh god.
This thing's
What?
big.
That thing's huge. Can I
Yeah,
make it smaller?
Nope.
you're making a sun.
Cool.
Hey, you know what? When you center it right here, it actually works.
Yes, I will do that. Because I don't want to hit any of these folks. Yeah, so I cast Sunburst, because, I was really inspired by what Umthrak had yelled, and I will yell the old gods, the old gods are not dead, and they have spoken, and I will cast Sunburst.
No, thankfully, I had enough movement to not be in it. I think because Verthalian's got like 60 feet or so.
120.
Oh yeah, you'd
180. 180.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you'd be like between. You'd actually be ahead of JD on sort of the escape path.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, Fady, cast that. Cast that spell. Okay, that's actually
Here
a
we go.
fairly low roll. I'll take it. It is a DC 22 con save. Jesus. Okay, I'm just gonna roll one save for the knights and one save for the guards because I can't be bothered to roll that many dice. The knights roll a 21.
Ooh.
And the guards roll a 12.
They're blinded for a minute.
Yeah. You just basically drop a sun onto these guys. And they will all take 37 radiant damage, and they are all blinded. You see these guards, just kind of your regular city infantry back here, to sort of like immediately fall to their knees.
So if any of them are undead, they have a disadvantage, but they all failed anyways.
No, none of them are undead.
Okay.
And you see the knights begin to like stumble around and kind of like bump into each other as like you see a couple of them like fling their visors up and like hold their gauntleted hands to their eyes, kind of leaning on their halberds and spears. You have very sufficiently incapacitated this whole troop of guards, and you just see everybody in the crowd just like staring up in just like reverent awe of you.
I kind of turn to the crew and I'm like, is that a good enough distraction to get out of here?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, Fanny.
I need glasses now, but yes, it's a great distraction.
Yeah, anybody that was looking at it definitely has, like, you know, when a camera flash goes off, like, you're not actually blind, but you're definitely got a little spot there that's gonna hang out for a minute.
Nice.
Fanny, are you going to move at all, or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the group that is getting out of here.
Yep.
I have, how much movement on my steed do I have?
Nightmare.
The same as my walking?
No, no.
No, it'll be whatever the nightmare's
That's the
speed
nightmare,
is.
right?
Yeah, I think it's 60. Nightmare, 90 feet flying.
So 180 if you make your speed dash.
Oh, well, I already did an action. So,
Yeah, but you can make your horse dash.
oh, I can make my horse dash.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, then I'm gonna hightail it out of here.
Yep.
And move.
Perfect.
I'm trying to think if I should say anything else to the people. I told them the old gods have spoken. Nope, I think Umthrak said enough.
Yeah, all right. And then that will bring us back to Atea. Since you got to take your surprise round on the bell.
Taya is like hovering up around there, definitely looking like he's urging for a fight, but I think we've done enough. They all failed, even these guys, right?
Yes, all of them failed, so they are all blind. You can clearly see that they're all blind.
There's not much I can do, so he's going to I guess how also leave.
All
We
right.
don't see Shaw coming out of this door by chance, do we?
You do not currently see Shaw coming out of the door now.
Wait, who can? Umthrak cannot. You know what? I'm going to fly down here and just grab Umthrak and putting on my horse.
Okay.
Goodbye, noble steed. You served me, and then he looks at his face. Oh, never mind. Get me out of here.
You know what? Just for good measure, if I may, I'm gonna cast this spell magic at the beholder.
Yes, you can absolutely do that.
Oh, come here, come
Oh
here.
God.
Literally
funny.
go like, be gone, feet, and then put Umthrak up behind him on the Pegasus by cursing at the beholder. Bye, beholder.
Perfect. And then that will bring us back to back around to Underfoot. Underfoot, you are 120 feet up in the air, just having watched Faney blind all of the troops beneath you, and your friends are riding off into the sunset, as it were.
Wave to the crowd, tell them to have a good day, and fly off.
Nice. Little imagine you like sweeping your top hat off. I don't know why I think you wear a top hat, but I just envision Underfoot wearing a top hat and like do a bow like a stage magician and then like fly off. Yeah, all right. And with that, I think you all have successfully stolen and quite a display fled from the city. You don't see anything or anyone take to the skies to very close to it. Some of you were looking at the explosion, unfortunately.
Alright, we're gonna fly away with the explosion behind us. And Taya's going to look at Umthrak and say, remind me next time I try to piss her off, alright?
Yes, I will halt your advances, yes. For all of our sakes.
Yes. I mean,
I'm pretty sure friendly fire is on, so yes, for all of our sakes.
yes, her. I don't know why Gino is the one who threw down meteors, but I'm more scared of her than Gino.
Of course.
You hear them?
We are flying, shouting at each other against the wind.
Yeah, what's your passive perception, Fanny?
15.
You can hear that they're saying something, but you can't hear what they're saying.
Okay.
I mean, did you see how she treated that whole thing? When Gino casts the meteor swarm, he's all menacing, and you know it's coming. But she was smiling when she did it. Menacing.
There's so much more. I don't know. She scares me.
Underfoot, what happened to all the shards?
They got turned into forks and spoons and knives.
Impossible, we've been bamboozled.
So does that mean we can go back and slay him and make him hand over the real shards?
Oh no! Wait,
But the
actually, I
priest
replaced
didn't
them
burn.
with the shards. Wait,
Oh,
the shards are in my pocket. I
okay.
just really like this candelabra.
You can keep it. Except that
Yeah.
it's evidence against us, but yes, we can keep it.
What are
Well,
they
that's
going
why
to
we keep it.
Yeah,
like a trophy?
it's now my favorite candelabra.
Mm.
Man said it.
I mean, you
It's
wouldn't
actually
give
gonna be
someone-
my
Huh?
silver abra.
Spoon labra.
So it's meant for holding silver.
Silverware.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's get them to Quinn and ask the Baroness if we can kill her father. Because we do have to come back and deal with this.
Hopefully they're estranged.
I think Shaw likes his daughter.
No, but there's a daughter like Shaw.
It doesn't matter if he likes his daughter or not. His affection for his own flesh and blood will not prevent him from standing trial for justice.
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 Now, is this trial, will it have a gavel or a sword?
A hammer.
With the pointy end.
Oh, that's a nasty type of beheading.
A metaphorical hammer.
Really messy.
Well, that's all.
Watermelons.
A hammer with a pointy end is just a war pick. It's surprisingly effective.
Not when you're trying to bang the gavel. And you just break the wood.
I think that's the point. The ultimate justice.
It's not like those human trial where somebody who is cunning and slip-tongued come to argue on their sake. Not one of those. He has committed crimes against divinity. He deserves to die. It's just when and how.
Oh,
Or
I
we
forgot
can-
to ask if he's like working with the Skinner.
We can always go back.
You tried to ask him that before, and
We did. Yeah.
he didn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, we were trying to be all sleuthy about it.
Well, he didn't say he doesn't know about it. It seemed that he doesn't know about it. Maybe the Skinner approaches him by a different name? Or shape?
If only we thought of that at the time.
Or... Oh, sorry?
Oh, come on. Come on.
It could also be like with the Drow Matriarch, that the Skinner approached him via a proxy because the Matriarch was allied with... Mushroom Goddess? Or...
Barbaros.
Nalos. The Matriarch was working for Nalos, and Nalos was working for the Might Skinner. Maybe he just has another proxy or underhandler. Either way, Fanny's right. If we execute him now, we'll cause more chaos in Haleb. than not. Why is
Sounds
there a
like
dancing goblin next to the map? In the sky?
There
There's a what?
is. Oh
Here.
goodness, you're
And I
right.
know Underfoot put it in here because I saw his I saw him moving this thing.
What? No.
Look at how cute it
Yeah.
is. It's just part of the map.
I know. Noticed
It,
that.
it sounds like we might have a few different things that are of priority. Securing the shards definitely seems like the first first order of business. Talking, maybe talking to the Baron to see what might happen next. But you know, if Hydrus Shah was using the shards to amplify some sort of power, his power, then Hala might still be in trouble, even without the shards.
Exactly. Exactly. Maybe we should ask the Baroness and get her to come with us so we can prepare an assault on Haleb with minimized civilian casualties and offer them a better life, because we cannot just leave them like this. These people are indoctrinated.
While everyone's talking, Underfoot just pulls one of the shards out and licks it to see what happens.
It's alright, I'm not worried, you have Death Ward.
Actually, nothing happens because you have handled these before, and so rather uneventfully, nothing happens.
The taste, Underfoot!
It's definitely not a sugar crystal.
Not candy. Got it.
See, I told you! The tongue is the best organ you have to determine geology, rock knowledge. Told you.
Rock on.
Now you can tell the difference between a crystal and a rock candy by just licking it. Isn't that great?
You know, I think he actually could have done that without tasting it.
But now, next time he tastes something similar, he would know where it is from.
Oh, yes, in case someone hides shards of Anak in his food.
You never know!
Speaking of food, Filipino language. Speaking of food, Taya, don't you have dinner with a certain somebody?
I do. I have thoughts upon it. I may have to.
When did you make a date with Shaw?
Yes, it will be his last one.
Then you're getting married?
No. I am already
What?
married, Underfoot. I cannot marry again.
Look at me.
You're married?
I am?
Question mark?
No, Ateo had. I asked the professor out for dinner.
Oh.
I do remember that. I might remember you are married? You're still married?
Depends on whose law you follow. By elven
hap-
law, I am.
Oh.
By mortal law, no. Because he's dead.
Oh. I'm sorry. That's so sad.
Which is. Everything that happened in Hale put my mind into a different perspective. I don't think dating is the right thing right now. I may have to rethink my life. Thank you, Fanny.
Oh,
No, you. It's a good thing you reminded me that I may have strayed from my path. I'll seek penance first and then see where it goes.
So you'll have to take a rain check with Professor Robinson,
Yes.
Dr. Professor Robinson.
Also, I still don't remember his first name. I imagine the date might be very awkward.
Professor Robinson. I don't think I know his first name.
I hope he knows. His own name, I mean.
Oh, yeah, and he's
oh my
not
God.
legendary enough. So I couldn't cast Legend Lore.
Yes.
It's not Robinson, I promise.
Underfoot, I suddenly remembered. I have a perfect fake name for you if you ever need one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, your first name will be Robin. Your last name will be Banks.
Robin Banks! Will they call me Banksy for short?
Probably.
Only if you leave art wherever you go.
I can do that.
Underfoot was here. He already does that.
Yeah, he goes by a fake name only to leave his real name everywhere.
I forgot, how long does it take to fly back to Quinn?
Half of a couple hours.
Yeah. Like you all basically got up like first thing and went to the palace. So you would be in Quinn like early evening.
Nice.
Unless there's anywhere you wanted to stop along the way.
Is there a fruit stand?
Probably to pee, but otherwise.
When Gino gets to the palace, he's gonna try to parallel park Gothalion.
At the Baron's, where you're headed to the Baron's estate.
Yeah.
I think. Does anyone object to us going straight there?
Not at all.
Not at all. Let's do that.
Use the little kobold room when I get there.
Oh my god, he's right here.
No, it's just because he was still on the map.
He's like, I've been waiting.
Am I not here?
Where is... Let's see. Aha!
Something, give me a heart.
You're so cute.
I am quite adorable.
Yeah, this token is like adorable, but then every halfling is adorable.
This is true. Because we are tiny.
Let's see. Gino, can I get an animal handling check to see how well you parallel park Gothalion?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You land. You actually land pretty gracefully in the courtyard here, and you kind of want to get Gothalion like nice and lined up over here next to the shrubs, out of the way, nice in line with the cobbled path here. And as you like try to get him to start walking backwards, he just walks like right over and just dunks his whole head right into the fountain.
And then Skyrim style, he ends up like at like a 75-degree angle.
Yep, exactly. His hooves are like 3 feet off the ground. They're on the level with the rim of the fountain, but they're just sort of floating back here. Yeah, and he's like leaned over into the fountain. And he just picks his head up. He's like, yeah, water.
Perfect. I think that's SpongeBob gif.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Well, let's go inside before he starts dumping because somebody might complain. I know it says entry room, but every time we are here, it's like empty room. Like, thank you for empty room.
It's very, very fancy writing. Yeah, so excuse me. As you all arrive, a couple of footmen come out, greet you. One runs out to grab the Baron. Do you ask for just the Baron, or do you ask for the Baron and the Baroness?
The Baroness as well.
You think they'll like the candlestick?
I thought you were
If
keeping that.
if the candle sticks, as in the shards, if the shards are there, probably.
Oh, but it's got forks, spoons. Well, forks and spoons.
I'm sure they'll find whatever you present perfectly charming.
Yeah, and so they come out, and they come down to greet you, and Baron McLeod says, "Welcome back. We did not expect you so soon. Professor Robinson told us that you all had gone off to Halep to attempt to retrieve their shards."
In a way, we did. Perhaps we should speak privately. We have quite a few things to report. That is probably better for your ears and that of your esteemed wife.
I'm here to report. I have a new candelabra.
Yes.
He says, very well. Accompany us this way. And he leads you through into this nice sitting
yes.
room.
Because this room is still under construction after we burned.
Yes. you actually hear like hammers and like carpenters and like saws and stuff going in this room over here that you burned down only like 2 weeks ago.
Is that
Yes,
really
we
that
can.
bad?
You really should invest in slow burning wood. And all that lack on the wood. It's very flammable.
It's probably been a few weeks at this point, I think. But
Yeah.
it's still pretty short enough time that they are still doing the repairs.
Inexplicably, we hear like a jackhammer.
Yeah, exactly. It's like modern 21st century construction noises going on in there.
And we show up and it's a regular handsaw.
It's just been enchanted to saw at like 900 RPM.
Yeah.
Baron, I think your sound might be broken. Yes, the professor was right. We did go to Halep. We flew all the way back here today. First of all, we might have made quite a bit of a chaos. That's the bad news. The good news, we did acquire the shards. Well, Underfoot did.
We made friends.
The Baroness says, I assume that means you met my father.
We
We were
did.
playing chase.
We were in disguise, but we also told him who we were.
No, we didn't.
We said, didn't we say that we're the ones who saved his daughter?
No.
Oh,
Wait,
you might know who
somebody-
I am.
Definitely mentioned.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody
wedding.
alluded to that.
Yes, it was implied, I'm pretty sure. We didn't
Um,
actually tell them it was us.
The sorry, hang on.
Right.
Hang on.
Never let go.
The The Baron says, does he know that you are associated with me, that you are associated with Quinn? Because this could certainly cause a break in the diplomatic relations if they know you are acting as agents for the barony.
Not
We
at
didn't.
all, my lord. As far as they know, or at least as far as the people know, in a way that Shaw could not ever spin it, we were messengers and harbingers of the gods that they abandoned, and we were righteous justice.
I see. Well, that is quite something.
I do believe that we make striking figures, and the composition of us is not unknown in your land, so with investigations, he might find out. And the deference to your diplomatic relationship is what stayed my hand, at least. Your
He-
father, and then I just Sophia. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna, he just nods. He says, I'm certain that in time suspicions would arise, but if there is no concrete evidence, at least that would at least delay the inevitable break between our two lands.
I had a disguise up, so I should be good.
Yes,
kind
we
of
were all
like-
disguised,
He kind
and
of,
even. Oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, he kind of squints at you underfoot and he says, "Is it that finger on your nose?"
Yeah, Underfoot just like holds up his finger that has the mustache drawn on it.
Because isn't seeming like 8 hours?
Seeming is 8 hours, but I cast it again, so it would last.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So even when, assuming writing off the if, assuming when, he does figure out it's us, I don't think he would conclude that we were acting on behalf of the barony or even anything related to Quinn. We just happen to be headquartered here. It would be an act of war, an act of unjustified and
Unprovoked aggression.
exactly, yes, that's what I was looking for. Unprovoked aggression. To act against you.
He
Yeah,
he
we totally
nods.
didn't attack anyone over there.
Yeah, I will say that when Atea said that he stayed his hand, Gino whips his head towards it.
Against Shaw, I did.
Yeah, but Gino's not thinking about only Shaw.
Those poor priests, man.
They're just in a
Priest.
catacombs right
One
now.
priest.
We did
Oh my
lock
God, I
the other
forgot
one
about
down
that.
there with some rations.
Yeah, see, they're perfectly fine. Yeah,
Um,
Atea will bow down and fill Fanny in what's going on. Like, he's the lord, she's the thing. We did some jobs for
sorry, I
him,
forgot
and
they
then
hadn't met yet. Yeah.
and that we
Tell-
saved the Baroness from some fey creatures before their wedding and attended their wedding. We do know her father is somehow, somewhere a little bit involved, but we're not sure what. That's all we know. But we have met them several times, and also, just to Taya's like, and then whispering into Fanny's ear over here, just so she can catch on.
It also okay. It also sounds like there might be some plausible deniability that Titles has been searching for and acquiring the shards as a kind of their own mission, not necessarily a mission on behalf of Quinn and your baronship, correct?
Some sort. We're in
Or-
a
or-
loose alliance.
Yeah.
And speaking of diplomacy, milady, Baroness, Um, we we aren't so sure how your relationship to your father is.
She grimaces a bit, and then kind of like looks up at the Baron, and then he just kind of nods, and she looks back to you, and she says, "Well, my relationship with my father has been strained. One could even say non-existent for the past several years. I had very much looked forward to getting out of Halep, my political standing aside. I met the Baron several years ago, and we fell in love, and thankfully a political marriage made sense at the time, and so I was able to leave the city and leave my father.
Because we
She says, I loathe what he has done to our people through his so-called church. What's the word I'm looking for?
A few bars. What's the word meant to describe?
Express sadness.
Lament, melancholy.
Yay, lament. There we go.
Yeah.
I lament what has become of the people of Halep. They used to be so full of joy and happiness and promise, much like the common people here in Quinn. But in the last 10 years, that has gone so far downhill. It is but a shadow of the city that it used to be, and that is unfortunately in no small part due to my father and his influence.
Are you aware of how things are going there now?
She kind of does like the so gesture with her hand. She's like, I have not been back in a few months. I was spending time here and in Quinn, and then I, had my small jaunt into the Fey realm, which you also graciously rescued me. She said I did spend a few days at home before the wedding, and it was miserable, and I couldn't bear to stand it anymore. I had one frank conversation with my father the morning of the wedding, telling him that he needed to give up this misguided attempt to protect our people with this inane version of religion that he is attempting to push on them. What he's actually doing is making them miserable.
We quite agree. You see, what your father is doing, you know that some of us cannot stand for it. Having been to your hometown and having to leave it, for me at least, it's painful.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting.
Yeah, I rode all day, saddle sore is a thing underfoot. Not every one of us can just fly. And we wondered, should your father be removed from power, that vacuum needs to be filled. Someone needs to step up, and as his daughter, and we do know she's the only child, right?
Yes.
Then the lordship will come to you, if you accept it.
She nods. She says, and then she kind of looks to the Baron again, and he kind of gently places his hand on her shoulder in kind of a sign of support, and nods. And she says, "We have a plan for that eventuality. We want to bring Halep into the fold of Quinn and create a truly united kingdom. That can never happen while my father lives, but she says that can never happen while my father rules, but I don't think he will abdicate his throne willingly."
Atea will, like, half a smirk, like, haha, yeah, about that.
I think someone already sat in it.
He will never abdicate, so we'll have to force him.
What if we like imprison him?
Perhaps. The thing is that he will have loyalists. If he dies, he will be a martyr. We have to expose him and then remove him from power. And his power does not only come from the shards, but also his followers. Those who benefited from his reign and would return him to it.
As you say this, she says, "I believe the sycophants that surrounds my father are only there because he can make them rich and powerful. I believe if you were to take away his power and his ability to give them power and wealth, I believe his influence would crumble."
Yes. Does that mean we have your blessing to remove your father from power by all means necessary?
She holds up a hand. She says, "Not by all means. I do not wish to see my father dead. I will not commit patricide. I do believe that he needs to be dethroned and defrocked from this inane religion that he has created. I know he does what it is that he is doing because he believes it is protecting the people of Quinn. I hope that there is still enough of the man in him that I once knew, that if someone could show him the error of his ways, that he would willingly recant. But if not, I give you leave to detain him and bring him here to answer for his crimes. But I do not give you leave to kill him."
I'll try my best.
Do you know a suggestion?
I do. In fact, I know mass suggestion as well, in case we need to suggest things to 12 people at once.
I was just thinking, what if you use suggestion on Shaw to get him to abdicate?
His mind is strong. Very much so. Also, if we want to show him the error of his ways, magical enchantment will not change him. Not really. I guess it's a way to make him abdicate for once, officially, and then slowly change his mind. Do you want to do that, Underfoot? Because I'm definitely not the man for this job.
No, you're an elf.
I'm still a man.
Oh, I was trying to make it funny.
You know, I know people think we elves don't call us man, but yes, we do. It's just an elf man, which is called Ellen, but none of you know that word.
Oh man.
It's Elon, and then, you know, the elf woman is Alice. But no, people say, no one, never mind.
I thought it was Elias, but I suppose different cultures.
Oh, you pronounce it Elias? That's so interesting. How do you pronounce Ellen? Elion?
Elun. Yeah.
I like it. Fanny, would you be willing to slowly change this man's mind once he is detained?
I have a question about he, um, how he got so radical. Baroness, how did he come up with this idea of an almighty god? When did he forsake the old gods?
Do you not get enough hugs?
She kind of hangs her head, and she takes a deep breath to kind of compose herself. She looks up and she says, I think it was when my mother died.
My condolences.
She smiles politely. She says, my father and mother had a wonderful relationship, and he was a very different man then, but she became ill. And my father went to every temple and every priest and prayed and made sacrifices and made offerings, and my mother's health continued to decline. Over the months, she became weaker and weaker and wasted away into nothing. And none of mine or my father's prayers were answered to heal her. And I think that made him bitter. It was shortly after her death that his ideas of protecting the people of Halep and unifying the people of Halep began to take hold. And I think it may have been her death that did it, and the fact that he got no answers to the prayers that he raised.
They're not. Looks down at Fanny and says, I'm glad you stayed my hand against him. I do think this shines more of a light on him, and grief is a powerful thing. Fanny, would you be able to commune with a dead spirit? Because if someone should have power over him and understanding of him, it will be his wife.
Able to commune with the gods. Am I able to speak to the dead?
You probably have something somewhere in there that would be able to do that.
If you need, I can like make my voice really high pitched.
Could I could after a night's rest. That is something I've been trained in how to do is speaking with those who have moved on.
Don't we need a body for it?
Probably.
Wait, her body
What
or
does
someone
it-
else's body?
Her body, if we want to talk to her. I
Ooh.
think
The corpse must still have a mouth and cannot have been turned into an undead. So we do need a corpse. We cannot just do it with bones or ashes.
Hmm.
Can we not just resurrect her?
If she's willing. I cannot resurrect her. Looks down at Fanny.
I would be able to with the right materials. Again, not having memorized these materials.
Wasn't it 1,000 gold or 25,000 gold?
It was a diamond worth at least 1,000 GP. When we mentioned to him my ability to even resurrect his priest, he scoffed. Did he not?
I think he didn't really want to pay for that priest's life.
Was it a scoff or more of a guffaw?
It's
I don't
more like
remember.
a.
A guffaw is like laughter, right?
Yeah.
It was like. What's this?
Ugh.
Ted does the sound.
No. I'll stop now.
I do find it odd that the gods would not heal his wife.
Not every one of us is as favored as you and me.
But in all of the two cities, no cleric or healer could have been found to help. I'm so sorry, Baroness.
How did your mother pass? If that's not too a troublesome question.
She kind of, she takes the questions in stride, and she says, we tried healing magic from many clerics and healers, but none of it worked, none of it took. She continued to waste away. She grew weaker and frailer until her body just couldn't carry on anymore. Over the table, this is basically cancer. Cancer.
Yeah. What I was thinking is that there are some ailments that are not necessarily by magical means that even magic cannot deter.
My mother is human, right?
Yes.
Or was human?
Yes.
Yeah, Atea's not thinking of cancer. He's like, yeah, it's a human. It's a human thing.
It's just a human thing.
Yeah, I mean, the elves did call the human often ill, as in they get sick all the time. He's just like, yeah.
But yeah, but it is, that kind of thing where like just a cure wounds, cure disease isn't gonna fix it.
Yeah.
And she says, and as to why didn't any of the gods intervene? She says, well, contrary to my father, I grew so much and learned so much strength from her. And sometimes people are meant to die. As sad as grief and overwhelming as grief is, sometimes that is the way of things.
And sometimes a man is broken beyond repair from grief. You said.
Did your
Oh, sorry.
I was going to ask, how did your mother seem as you all were trying your hardest to heal her? How did she seem as her days uh, were shortening on this plane? Did she seem at peace?
She was. She did. She was so strong. Anytime we tried something, she was always optimistic that it would work and resigned to her fate when it didn't.
She was truly remarkable. And he'll bow to her. You said your father started to nourish ideas of this United Queen. And is that also when he gained his power shortly after your mother's passing?
She nods. She says, if you mean his religious power, yes, he was always the High Justice, the inherited ruler position of Caleb, but his tyrannical religious rule began less than a year after my mother's passing. I think it was his disillusionment with the Pantheon, and he thought that it meant the gods weren't there to protect his people, and that he had to create a substitute and do it himself.
Those shards, were they in your father's possession before or after?
He had found a couple when we were young, and he was more when he spent more time abroad in our country. He had come across them in his travels between cities. I don't. Says we only recently, and she gestures at the Baron, only recently learned of the power that they hold and what they can do, and I don't know exactly when he got more of them, but I know he found more as time went on. I did not know until after we were wed that they must be the source of his power.
Interesting. Thank you for answering our questions on so painful a subject. I have no more as of now. Anyone else? What is Umthrak doing? Is Umthrak not in the room?
At some point in the conversation, Umthrak sort of just slipped out and is like seated by like the stairway.
Oh,
Taya will bow at them and then go join Umthrak.
I guess we're leaving.
Questions? I don't know if somebody
Thank
else
you.
maybe have.
Thank you, Baron and Baroness. I assume that if we have any other questions as we make plans, we are welcome to come back and talk to you again.
They both nod. The Baron says, of course, you are welcome anytime, and any help that we can provide, we are more than willing to do so. You have already done immeasurable works for our kingdom, and I couldn't ask more of you. We will do anything that we can to support you.
Oh, ask away. We could use that distraction. I'm gonna sit by Umthrak and put a hand on his shoulder and just gently ask, "Are you alright, kid?
Of course, I am.
Why do I not believe you?"
Ah. It was getting a little too close to home. However, as you have said before, we cannot afford to slow down now. We have to keep it up. I suppose we have formulated a plan with the Baron and the Baroness, and we have some leeway to deal with Shaw in a non-lethal manner.
If we are going this non-lethal route, then I suppose the topic of death and grief will follow us on this route. I do not push you, but just know I'm no stranger to pain, and if you need someone to listen, you may seek me out at any time. You do not have to bear whatever burden that it is you bear alone.
The invitation is most appreciated, Ateo. But I walk on a path. And I must walk it no matter what.
Doesn't mean you cannot have friends to share the road with you.
Of course not. It is why I am here.
And yes, please take my words to heart and do not suffer alone. I beg.
It is a good way to drive yourself crazy.
It is. It truly is. Well,
Then let us relieve the Shaw of his craziness then.
let's go get some food, take a proper bath, sleep over it, and fly back to Halep, or formulate a plan first. Hello, Underfoot. I saw you there.
No, you were right behind. Oh, I didn't even see.
I was gonna see if you wanted me to comb your hair with the dingle hopper.
I don't see why not. And I don't see how it would be better than using a regular comb or your fingers or your hands, but sure, you can. This is an option.
Oh, what have you done, Umthrug? Why did you say yes to him?
Oh, goodness. The wax is in my hair. Oh. Leftover wax. Oh, the silverware. Combing. I feel like a mermaid princess.
I always thought that story rather silly. Why would she give up something so fair about herself for a man? I don't understand it. What's the beauty in that story?
It was Disneyfied.
Folktale exists in our universe now.
you find most of them do because we just keep saying we know them.
I see the rat has become canon now.
The what?
The rat.
Rat?
What rat? The cooking one?
The mouse. The Disney mouse.
No, no, that warlock is not
canon.
canon anywhere. No,
He's canon.
What?
Rem
He's
once
not the
pla-
warlock, he's the patron.
No, Rem once played a character who is just Mickey Mouse, and he was a warlock.
Oh god. Oh, boy.
Oh! Eldritch Blast, motherfucker!
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah.
Steamboat
Is it
Willie's
time
like
to-
in the
Oh.
open trademark now.
Oh really? Now should we go drown our sorrows in ale, or should we go and focus and make a plan?
Whoa.
What?
I suppose we should. I suppose we could do the same at the same time, right? As we could easily make a plan in the tavern if we should.
I'm not
choose.
sure we should make plans while we are actively trying to get wasted.
Hmm.
Although a little bit of what do we call it? What does Gino, how do you call it when you come up with a lot of ideas very quickly while inebriated?
Are you thinking of brainstorm?
Yes, that one. We can do that one.
Do you think the
Why
bar
getting
has
drunk-
a drink called Brainstorm?
Why is it not Brain Tempest? Tempest is way faster than Storm. Or Head Tempest.
You know, let's talk to the inventor of Common.
Yeah, let's go get wasted while we make a plan.
What's the limit on Speak with Dead? Can we find the original Speakers of Common?
If we have a corpse,
I thought it
I
was
don't
like
think-
100 or 1,000 years.
I don't think there's limits.
there is
On
no
it.
like age limit. It's just that the corpse must still have a mouth and can't be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it can be a skeleton because then it doesn't have organs to make sound, right?
Wait, what if it's just a skull?
But then if it doesn't have organs to make sound, it wouldn't make sound. You know, the mouth, head, throat kind of thing.
It could chatter its teeth in Morse code.
Nice.
All it says is just still must have a mouth. So even if it's just a head, although, yeah,
What
it's
if
just
you
must
draw
have
a mouth on it?
What constitutes a mouth?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no!
What if we like? What if we like molded clay into like a jawbone for?
What if
you know,
we
the
casted
mind-
magic mouth on it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So who are we trying to talk to? The Baroness mom or the inventor of Common?
We should do
I don't
both.
think either of that matters. I do think we need to come up with some sort of plan.
Easy,
Eventually.
we fly over to Caleb, we arrest him, you know, we beat him up until he's incapacitated, and then we tie him up and we bring him back so he can stand justice. Meanwhile, Fanny, you do that heartfelt talking to that you do, and I'll make sure he doesn't regain his strength by pummeling him every couple hours. And meanwhile, the Baron and the Baroness can go over to start their progression of taking over Caleb. My motivation is not political.
Did I miss? Is Quinn willing to arbitrate the trial of Shaw? Is Quinn willing to arbitrate the trial?
Yes, the Baroness did say that.
She did say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll make Quinn and Caleb into a united kingdom, which I guess also spans all the lands in between.
Yeah, so basically the divide of the kingdoms right now is the mountain range, and all the cities from the Deadwood to the mountains are Quinn, and then Quinn the barony, and then anything from the mountains north to the edge of the desert is Halep, the kingdom.
Yeah,
We could hire some dwarves to get rid of mountains.
or dig a tunnel.
There are 2 tunnels. You guys
Oh.
just have never used them because you can fly.
Alright, see? Problem solved. Gotta go over here, poke his head in and say, yes, we are probably going to fly to Caleb in the coming days. As in tomorrow or the day after. You two should probably prepare. And then
Ooh,
go
what if we
someplace.
take the tunnel this time? You know, a little sightseeing.
Seems so. Are there essentially like 2 things we need to do? The repentance of Shaw and the like. I I don't know if it would be called a coup, but the
Liberation. We
the
are
liberation of the liberation of Halep.
The transition of power.
Yes.
I suppose the redemption of Shaw is more a spiritual thing and not a religious one. Unless they want to,
Redemption.
I don't know, say that Shaw is unfit to rule and the Baroness take it over as a regent for a while until he repents. But that is political things that they should do by themselves.
Ooh, what if we lay a siege to the city?
You cannot lay siege with 5 people. Also,
But
siege has
Baron
no...
the Baron just said that he would back us.
But Underfoot, the ones who suffer the most during a siege are the common people. What you do at the siege is you starve the city out until the people revolt against the leaders, because the rich will always have food on their table while the poor die of hunger.
Unless Shaw gives up before that happens.
Unless our army is that not of common man. Our army would be so repulsive, so monstrous, so disgusting that no army would dare raise their blades against it out of horror. And he looks at Gino.
Atea is going to look at you with this. Really? Why would we do that?
Let's see. They last an hour and it takes a minute.
What are you? What's going on?
We could create an army of beholder horses.
That's what I was wondering if the reference was to.
I thought he was just gonna start psychocasting simulacrum on Atea just to make a million Ateas.
I don't think the world is ready for that. Let's go with the beholder plan. So we could conjure 60 horses, and then what?
Well, they last an hour, and I assume they don't all disappear at once, so every minute is another horse that lasts an hour.
But
So-
why would we do that? What does it serve?
Battle of attrition.
Why? The horses will not be able to stand up against his heavy infantry.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
not the
making-
first.
They need
when you're making 60 horses an hour, endlessly.
You know, there was a god once who did this. His name was Poseidon, and he controlled the waves. So, I will go over there. I will say, "Call me Poseidon," and then a wave of hideous, eldritch horses will overtake the city, and it will be known as
The Night of Terror.
The Night of the Wave?
Alright. I see the psychological horror that is conjuring 60 beholders an hour. But why?
like I said, battle of attrition. They can kill them as much as they want, but it
Or
will
they could
probably
just
take
come
longer.
over and kill you.
Yeah, they'd have to get through all the horses.
This is so dumb.
see-
You know
see
what?
the-
You know, this
the-
is so dumb. I just want to see it.
The solution is more horses.
Oh,
I can
we're
also I can also just fly and then keep dropping horses on them.
Oh, if we use your staff, you can just drop the beholders.
Oh my god.
Oh god. It's the Attack on Titan dropping Titans.
What? No, I'm not there. Stop spoilering.
It's what? The rumbling of hideous horses.
Or we can just
Beholders
fly
on
in
horse.
there, you know, kick down his door, fight his heavy infantry, and get him.
Yes, but that won't send a message as much as the
Then what's the message that we have more power than sense?
Yes.
That's sending a message.
For example, if we summon an army of horses, what else would we do that people don't know about? It's the whole point of horror is you use the imagination to sow even more horror.
And we could call it Divine Wrath. We could
Divine
do
Horse.
this.
Eldritch Wrath. It's Eldritch Wrath, guys.
I see. Or Eldritch Horror.
I also have an idea
Something-
that
Backfiring about claiming it as the wrath of the gods is that would not necessarily win people over to
Us.
the god of the beholder horse.
Who is Mistra? You know what? I feel like we don't need alcohol to come up with stupid plans.
We also didn't discuss this with the Baron and Baroness as an option.
What?
I'm not
lay
sure.
siege to Haleb with
They-
100 beholder horses power?
they gave us a blank check. They said whatever you need,
Except killing her father.
except killing her father. So
Nothing about
That
the people. Nothing about the
that doesn't
city
rule out the
itself.
people. It doesn't
know
rule out
what?
maiming. Doesn't rule
No.
out psychological torture
Gino, no.
via the beholder horses.
Gino, no. We're not maim, torture, or psychological scar any of the innocent people.
Chino does that cartoon drat snap.
Enderfoot puts away his feather.
Since we are brainstorming, I guess no ideas are bad ideas yet.
Yeah.
Except torture, maim, and psychologically traumatize people.
I mean, I don't like that idea. And again, I don't really like the idea of the beholder horses, and how they will look on the old gods.
I don't mind if Gino opens a portal within his throne room and throws 60 horses a minute in there to scare his heavy infantry.
Nay.
That is alright, but no innocents out on the street.
The
Please.
beholder horses are a good backup plan.
That plan C.
Let's
Alright,
go get
so-
alcohol and then.
Oh god, this is just make it worse.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes, please. Let's get like 2 casks of strong ale on our way back and then brimstone at home. And invite
Does alcohol
whoever
work
wants
on
to-
you?
No. Wait, Umthrak, can you get drunk?
I suppose I could if I truly wished it.
Okay.
Sounds good. Let's go. Get 2 casks, roll them back home, and drink. While
Do
we
you think
brainstorm.
our alcohol's ready yet?
Yeah, didn't we test Gino with trying to find out what was in the celestial whiskey?
Yeah, we've
But
got
that's very expensive.
we've got 3 creations now working on it, and Bigsby.
Mass producing mead that's going nowhere.
Meat is not that strong. You don't get drunk from it very easily.
It's actually
mean,
very nutritious.
More.
Yeah, you can. You just have to drink a lot of it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it has the same alcohol content as wine.
Yeah, I thought it was like 12%.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
just
like-
me then.
I think anywhere from like 8 to 12%.
Maybe it's just me.
Maybe it's just mead.
Oh.
All right, let's go drink out all our mead.
Underfoot, did you happen to get a... Oh, actually, Underfoot, can I borrow that? Can I borrow that candelabra?
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, I'm just... Actually, yes, I'll wait till we're at dinner. Or maybe I shouldn't. I was thinking of scrying on the on High Justice. Fucking mug, I forgot.
Yeah, we should.
Yes. Okay. So now I take out my crystal ball, and Taya, can you draw today?
Draw what?
A likeness or picture of the Baron.
The Baron?
I'm gonna scry on him.
Our Baron.
No, sorry, not the Baron, the Shaw.
Didn't you see him?
Yes, but every connection I have with him lowers his save.
No, not today.
Okay. So I have a possession.
You know, I feel like I'm pretty familiar with him. I did manhandle him. I can scry.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think it would be harder to resist mine, but
That much harder.
Where are we?
I
right
could make a stone sculpture of him.
Oh,
that seems like that seems like a lot of work for only a -2.
Wait. Sculpting doesn't take that long. Sculpting is
Really?
addition of clay. Yeah, it takes like 4 or 5 hours. You can make a
That's-
pretty...
That's
Pretty good
that's
likeness.
A long time for me.
Yeah, speaking as an artist who like literally draws 8 hours at a time, 4 hours nothing.
Oh, I know. I can cast seeming, and then I have to make someone else look
think-
like him.
Gino, as a mage, you should know this kind of connection is like a strand of hair, a handkerchief he bestowed upon you. Not exactly just looking at a recreation of him.
Well, okay, so you get a likeness or a picture is one. Possession or garment is another. And body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, or the like is a third, and that's the best one. Does anyone have any? Did we get any hair from him? I think isn't he bald?
No, he's not.
Okay.
If we have a strand of hair from the Baroness and then we resequence the DNA so that we remove the mother's strand of DNA on the hair.
Any
we
other
could get
recessive
accurate-
DNA from their
Yes.
shared ancestry?
Yes, if we remove all of the mother's side of the DNA and we keep only the Shaws, it would work. We would have a strand of hair that is of Shaws.
Okay, talk to you in 1,000 years, Omthrak.
Yes, I'll see
Wait,
you all
the
then. I'm going to
candelabra-
go to my ice chamber where I will freeze for the next 1,000 years.
Wait, you're an elf. Don't you just not age? Just go into a slightly
He's
colder
a
mood.
monk. He's a monk. He doesn't.
Oh yes, you literally can't age.
Yes, that is true.
Not count as a possession?
What?
Would.
I
It
think
would.
the
We're just trying to
candelabra-
stack more.
Yeah. So each
Can we
one.
search? Can we search Umthrak and like check all of his scales in case he got some hair in his scales?
Underfoot, you mean?
underfoot.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
You know
fair.
what? Let's check my armor too. I did manhandle him. Maybe we get lucky and there's a beard hair of him stuck in my greave, in my gauntlet. I'd actually
Be like-
never struck.
Underfoot
in
was
Harry
in there for
Potter.
a while.
Yeah. Didn't he grapple you? Was there maybe a hair transfer?
I don't.
I don't
No,
think he
it
ever
was-
grappled him.
He was
Yeah.
throwing spells at him.
Also, we wouldn't know that, so.
I forgot that you did you manhandle the justice? High
Yeah, I
Justice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you I did.
While under seeming.
He was surprisingly strong.
Mm-hmm. And his mind was surprisingly strong.
So we should probably get that body part.
All right. So,
You know what? Before we wait too long, let me just try. I've never scried before, so what can go
Okay.
wrong?
Do you have the crystal ball? Do you have my crystal ball?
Yeah, I might need to borrow your crystal ball.
Yeah, he hands you over the crystal ball.
You know what? I don't use crystal ball. I'm gonna go find a fountain and look in the water.
You need to focus worth at least 1,000 GP.
I'm sure the Baron has a very fancy fountain here somewhere.
In
Does
fact, he
have a
does.
very-
It was the one that Gathalion was just drinking out of.
Yeah, let me dunk my head in there just like Othalia.
Mateo's just sitting with his head in the water.
Yeah, he's like looking like with his nose touching the water surface. Oh my god, I can cast scrying!
Well, our save is the same because I have no boosting items.
Yes! So Altea looks at you. Not that hard to resist. You have boosting item. I don't have 20 charisma.
No, I don't have boosting items. That's why it's only a 21.
Shouldn't you have the Arcane Grimoire?
I don't think
I
Shuna
should.
have all those.
Yes, I would like to cast scrying on Shaw.
Yeah.
And he will look in the water and mutter Shaw because this name rolls off the tongue very easily already.
I gotta get back to his stat block. Give me a second here. It's loading. Wisdom saving throw.
I would like to propose that when, if it works, when Atea says Shaw, it does the puddle and the reverberations, and then it goes Shaw, Shaw, Shaw. And then it does the classic fade out, fade in of the flashback.
Nice.
I'm reading. Hang on. Yeah, he, let me just double check. That, hang on. Yeah, he does not make the save. So wait, hang on. Sidebar: why is Atea breaking up with Professor Robinson?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay. Yeah. He fails the save.
No, please describe how he is pooping.
Yeah. Let's see. No,
That's
it's
like, it's like how has never been, anyone who scries is like you catch them in a very important moment where there's divulging like really important information. Nobody ever scried someone who is just sitting on the toilet.
no.
Or he's like
Atea-
he's just
Atea,
in a
would
drawing
you-
room.
What you actually hear is like you hear the crack of like a small bone breaking. You hear a crunch and chewing, and as you spin your eye around to see where the noise comes from, you realize the orb is atop a table right in front of a man eating a small
Yes, he is.
cherry tomato.
I knew it. Oh God! Oh, so my association of him with Denethor is not out of nowhere. When you started describing his dead wife and him turning crazy, I was like, "Oh my God, this is book Denethor. This is book Denethor."
I might have
Oh,
used some
no.
inspiration, okay? Don't come
Very
at
few,
me.
no, very few people know how cool the book Denethor is. Oh,
I'm almost there. I'm halfway there. I'm somewhere
He's-
there.
he was like 1,000 times cooler than he is in the movies.
Yes.
Justice for Denethor, please. It's a petition online. It has a lot of followers.
Anyway, yeah, he's literally just like he's clearly angry, and he's sitting at the head of this long, empty dining table with just a couple of plates of food in front of him. He's just like angrily eating.
Teo will describe like, I've never seen a man this angrily eat anything. Oh, his manners are disgusting, and he just commenting on how Denethor eats. Can everybody see it or just Atea?
Well, so here's the problem. Because you use the fountain for the scrying, everybody can see it in the water of the fountain. But in order to keep watching it, you have to stay at this fountain now.
Yes, that's fine. We're gonna watch him angrily eat his dinner for 10 minutes.
He's so sad. He's eating by himself.
Gino goes, hey guys, watch this. And he casts Sending. And he just says, haha, that's it.
That's so mean.
Tell him to mind his manners and wipe his mouth.
You see Shaw freezes like a bite of chicken leg like halfway to his mouth, and he just like squints, kind of looks from side to side, and then he just kind of shakes his head and goes back to eating.
You know, you can tell a lot from a man about how he eats.
With his chicken leg.
Yes, you're wrong. You're right. He's alone. Dinner is not just nourishment. Dinner is an affair of socializing, of enjoying food and have polite conversations. He has no one to share it with. That is sad.
Make a perception check for me, Atea.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Never mind.
He's like, and his food is not even nice food. And he's absolutely grossed out by how he eats.
But chicken's really good.
Yes, but not when you eat it like that.
What?
What happened to cutlery? Oh wait, you stole it.
Yeah, so for about the next 9.5 minutes, you just sit there watching him eat and drink wine.
At some point, you hear this rumble of Atea's belly because I didn't think we stopped on our way here.
We should get some stacks while we watch meat.
You watch someone eat for 10 minutes?
At about the 9.5 minute mark, he kind of clearly like finishes up, pushes the plates away from him, and he downs the last of his goblet of wine.
Hey, finish your peas.
It was way more food than one person could eat, so there are plenty of leftovers. He stands from the table and he turns. The orb kind of rises up to follow him, and he pushes open this grand set of double doors. You see two of the knights that you faced earlier turn, kind of give him a little bit of a head nod, and then
I named that one Bill.
As the spell ends, the doors dramatically close, shutting off your view, and the scrying ends.
If only there wasn't a second caster.
Oh no, if only I had the magic to do so.
Alright, so what happens next?
Are you using the fountain, or are you using your orb? Are you gonna make everybody sit next to the fountain for 10 more minutes?
Yeah, no, I think it'd be really funny. Gino is like he's waving his hand around the crystal ball, then he drops into the fountain by accident. So then unintentionally casting it through the fountain again.
Through the fountain again. I love it. Just like the Palantir or Thank falling into the waters of the Isengard.
Did you recently watch Lord of the Rings or what's up?
Nope.
He's just this nerdy. He just walks down a hall. He turns into a small study, and he opens the door. He pulls out a couple of tomes and begins flipping through pages. You hear him call for someone, and
an attendant comes in priest robes, and you hear him asking if there's been any updates on the intruders, or if there's any knowledge on where they fled, other than that they were last seen heading over the mountains towards Quinn. And then he's pretty angry that there are no response. He very clearly wants to know who these people were that took his shards. But then he goes back to reading these tomes. He's kind of
so
like,
that was actually, yeah. Go ahead.
so he's kind of like furiously flipping through pages. It's more like he's looking for something than like actually reading.
Right, that was actually pretty worthwhile. So Gino, he doesn't even have to convey it. Everyone else sees.
Yep.
Are we? Is this like a watch together? Are we like commenting on what he's doing?
I think less so this time. I think I'm sure when you all were watching him eat dinner, you were.
He's so sad. You know,
Well-
I hated him. I still do. But I also have sympathy with him.
Even with how he eats?
Yes, even with how he eats. He's a man who lost someone he loved. We do crazy things with it. Just so happened he is in a position of power. Hence his influence is greater. If he's just a peasant, then he might get into a bar fight. If he's a warrior, he might go out to hunt. If he's a leader, he might shape a realm. I do believe there might be a redemption for him.
I mean, loss does not justify zealotry.
It does not.
But I guess not everyone becomes like you when they lose someone.
You did not see me when I was in the depths of my grief.
I did not. I don't think I was alive then.
No, probably not. But I have done terrible things in grief. I do believe that he might deserve redemption, but not blind redemption. If he is not willing to change, then death is a swifter end and sweet release. But nonetheless, we might want to try. Looks at Faney and he says, I'm not very good at this, so you might have to
One
take the
is-
lead on it.
Yeah. If one is grieving, what often does someone want most?
Yes.
They want the person they lost back. They want to understand the meaning of their loss.
We seek meaning in loss, I think. They want the person they loved back. But is it a person or just a sweet memory of it?
We
I
see.
think often. Oh, go ahead.
We seek to live right by them. That's what he wants. He does all this because he believes it is what is right, and at the same time he is taking his sweet revenge against the people that denied him the aid when he needed it most.
He takes it against the gods, not the people. If you think that
He believes he is doing what is
Yeah.
right.
that is zealotry.
You know, there's something that we're missing. I think you're right that merely grief does not create this zealotry. So
Anger.
the shards have a piece to do with it. But
Perhaps.
also one does not create such a system of power merely to protect people, because that's obviously not what's going on.
I doubt he sees it that way. He is. I. I believe that he wants to prevent his people from chasing after empty hope, as he did. He prayed, none answered, and every time he prayed, I am sure there was hope in his heart. And there is no greater pain than disappointment. To know that you are forsaken, and to live on knowing you'll never see them again. Grief is...
You yourself, Atea, and
What?
you
What? I'm not
you-
talking about me.
no, but you yourself, Atea, has said that that we do know that there is there are
A life after?
life after death and
Okay.
planes of existence.
If his wife was a woman of strength and goodness, when he dies now, he will not be going to where she is.
Maybe
Not easily.
that's motivation for change.
I think so. That is why I believe he can be redeemed. If he changes his way, he could go where she is. If the gods are willing. By the night. Sorry.
Go.
No, you go ahead.
I want to float the idea that someone got to him in his grief, because I don't, as Fanny was saying, I don't think someone goes from grief to making a
tyrant?
system of power. Yeah, there's something, there's a gap in logic. I think people in grief, I don't really have any. I actually speak from the opposite. I sort of manipulated someone who was grieving. But that's not really the point. That just gives me some expertise in that I think it's possible that someone...
Influenced him while he was vulnerable.
Yes, exactly.
That's why I asked if he got the shots before or after her death. What if he utilized the power of the shots or turned to them in his desperation, and something there might have given him the push towards tyranny? It doesn't excuse what he did. Grief is powerful, but grief is not insanity. It's vulnerability. And we might be able to push him in a different direction. If not, however, I do believe death will be a release. Either way, he cannot stay in power. I also wondered if we may commune with his wife's spirit.
We're in the same room, so I looked at Mav and laughed at him. Sorry.
I wonder if we can commune with his wife's spirit
hmm.
to find out where she is, so we may send him there. Or what she thinks of all of it and how we might get through to him.
I do think maybe communing with her, or possibly maybe if there's some sort of or some sort of magical artifact that allows you to see with, or see into the plane that she's in, or something like that. I don't know. But trying to speak with her. How would we get this information? I mean, first to have the information, I'm wondering if you'd share the information with.
I wonder that too, but one step after the other.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I know the divination spell. Just wanted to read what it does. Oh, let me see. Oh.
Wondering if kind of along the lines of he was vulnerable and he had the shards before her death, and someone was manipulating him or taking advantage of his power at the time and vulnerability.
Oh, if we
And-
know
and
where
then-
she is, we could just go there and talk
Yes.
to her ourselves.
Yes, we could do that. Yes, that's the other thing is, can we travel to the plane where she is?
Oh yes, I'm sure we can. Looks at Gino.
Oh,
We
do
have
I
a lot
have
of very powerful people.
Do
I mean,
we
he
know which
did.
realm she's in?
We don't. We have to figure out which realm she is in.
we could guess, but we don't.
Miss Faney, perhaps
Would I know this?
such a question would be befitting for a god to answer.
Yeah, actually that's something I could do with commune.
Yes, come in. Or
Well,
That's-
no, commune's a yes or no.
yeah, I have divination.
I think I also have divination.
Yeah, but it's not a event to occur within 7 days. I wonder if we can just ask where she is. A specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The GM offers a truthful reply. The reply must be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
Rhyme.
Yeah, can we... Would that be a valuable question to ask? To which realm do we have to travel to find the souls of Baroness Mother? Is that a valid question, DM?
I mean, it's a reasonably valid question.
Yeah, let's try that, and because when we have the answer to which realm we're going, Gino can get us there, and then we can go talk to her spirit.
Well, I need to have a. That requires, unless it's a very obscure afterlife realm.
Don't you have a bunch of tuning forks?
I do, but the labels got mixed up. Remember?
It burned off.
Oh right, I
Inferno.
remember when we were in hell. I'm sure it's easier to find out which fork goes to which realm than to find out which realm she is. So you know what? Plan A. We gotta cast divination, find out which realm she is. Point A. Step 1.5. Get the tuning fork. You know, in case we don't have it. Or 1.55. Relabel the tuning forks. Step 2. Go to talk to her. And then see what happens then.
We're gonna have to cast commune like for every single. For every three tuning forks. Is
No,
this
it's
the one?
No,
Is this
you,
the one?
Gino, you cast
Throughout the
identify.
night you're going.
You cast identify to identify if the tuning fork is the right one.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah. You can do that as a ritual, can't you?
Yeah, and then I only need to actually take the time once, and then I can cast it instantly every time after that because of my subclass feature.
Do divination. I can do
when your
divination.
half-caster knows your subclass better than you.
Yes, you cast divination. Atea, I think I still have magic left, but I think you might have a better connection to your god.
You can also do it as a ritual and not use a spell slot if you would like to wait.
He throws up his hands. Why do I get to learn rituals?
Um, Fanny, does anybody have a regular arrow, not like a cross?
I'm sure I do.
I
Let me
can
see.
make one worth 1 gold piece.
You don't have to use magic for everything. He reaches into his bag and pulls out an enormously large arrow because I only have oversized arrows.
Double tiders.
How big is this arrow?
Imagine it is a oversized bow that requires strength 18 to wield. It's like those really thick war arrows.
Oh, it's like a Dark Souls bow.
It's also, I think it's about a yard long, and it has a diameter of about 1.5 centimeters or 2 centimeters. It's like a third of an inch. Yeah, something like that. It is oversized arrow and bow. Here, Fanny. An arrow
Yeah.
that's almost as big as you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll try. Fanny takes this gigantic arrow and holds it between, holds one end and the other end, and takes her foot and tries to break it in half.
Oh yeah, you're really strong.
I am really strong.
Yeah, your strength is high enough that I don't think even though it's a big old arrow, you don't need to roll for it. You'd be able to break that.
I break this giant arrow in half.
I mean, unless you want to roll an athletics check just to show off.
So the tail.
I mean, I don't think I need to, but I
Actually, no, I want you to. You have to roll an athletics check.
Okay. Okay.
The way you said that, no, I want to.
What?
1.
Eh.
16. Okay, yeah. You kind of set one end on the ground, then put your foot in the middle of it, and then just break it in half, pretty handily.
Rock one less arrow.
So I'm merely just asking where we can find. Do we know her name?
Nope.
We don't. But we're just outside their house, right?
Mistress Shaw.
Well,
Shaw's wife.
let me
we
go
look
ask.
up-
I'm just run
Yeah,
back
let's
in
go
and
get her
ask.
name.
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Baroness, sorry for the disruption. What is your mother's name?
I don't know if I gave her a name. Hang on. I'm just making sure I didn't give her a name.
None of us can remember.
I cast wish to give myself keen mind.
It was it was Viscountess Elizabeth Shaw. Was her last name. She was
This
married
is
to
a cool
Asher
because
Shaw.
this is a baron trying to take over a county. Nice.
Okay. So I take out a little bit of incense from my pack, and if I remember, we're still in their front yard essentially, correct?
Yes. You're
So there
you're
was, like-
still up on the terrace that his palace is on.
Yeah. We were kind of like by the fountain, and if I remember, there were like some benches and bushes around.
Yes.
So I go kind of to the base of one of those pretty blooming bushes, and I make a little shrine with my incense and the broken arrow, and I begin to pray to Eldith. And I ask Eldith if she knows, and Eldith is essentially like kind of like sister to my Licky, my Maliki.
Mieliki.
Mieliki, and she's essentially, I think, considered kind of like a daughter of Sylvanas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ask her, so she's like connected to some of these gods. I ask her if she knows where possibly Viscountess Elizabeth Shaw rests, what plane she rests in.
Yeah, ask which place she left. If you ask, do you know? She's gonna say yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm very good at not asking closed questions. It's like my job.
Which spell are you casting, or are you using a ability?
Just gonna do it as a ritual divination.
Yeah.
Do you want me to bring it up?
Just pop the spell in chat for me.
How do I do it like that?
Exclamation point, ritual, and then the spell.
Yes. I didn't even realize I wasn't asking a yes or no question. I just did it by asking, where does she rest? What plane is Elizabeth Shaw, Viscountess Elizabeth Shaw, resting?
As you sink your mind into this ritual, you begin to hear sounds that are familiar to you. The creaking of trees in the wind, and the singing of birds, and the moving of small creatures in the undergrowth. And as you lift this thought up to Eldeth, you feel this kind of warm presence enshroud you that you know to be a favor that you're familiar with, the favor of Eldeth. And you just hear a soft kind of sing-songy voice, almost like the singing of birds on the wind. But you hear it say that she walks in the fields of Elysium. Yes, that is all you hear.
I finish my prayer. I unclasp my hands and let them fall down to my sides with my palms open as I kind of uncurl from my posture, and I take a deep breath and I announce she's in Elysium.
Oh,
I turn to everyone. I turn to Atea and look at everybody, and I say, that's what Eldith told me.
that is good.
Atea's excited.
No, he's
It
trepidatious.
is, after all, the elven heaven wherein the Pegasi reside. Is it not?
Yes. I do believe that the Undying Land, in which I believe is part of Elysium. Yes.
Oh.
And Umthrak tried to genuinely recall, because not all details are the same. Is in fact Elysium the elven heaven?
Like D&D lore wise?
Oh no, because no, I'm asking DM.
Oh yeah,
Umthrak's trying to.
yeah. With okay, Umthrak would know this. Elysium is like the fields of Elysium are like the most good of the heavens. There are other places that people who are more dedicated to other specific gods may go, but the fields of Elysium are sort of the fields of Elysium are sort of the catch-all heaven, kind of more traditional sense of heaven.
Right. Okay.
And not just for the elves, but it would be for the elves too. But it's not just the
Okay.
elves.
Not particularly their heaven. Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, official D&D, like, Faerunian lore has something different.
There's like Mount Celestia and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like 10 heavens, I think. 7, 8, 9.
It's I mean, all the upper range, like the Corellan elves go to Avendor, which is a layer of Arborea.
Yeah, and each of the planes have layers to them. I'm not going to get into that much detail in this game.
I assumed that I would know this about it if I looked it up.
About
Which
the
is
fact
a layer-
it's commonplace heaven.
Which is also a layer of Elysium.
Yeah, so basically
Aronia is a layer of Elysium, yes.
And that's where Eldith maintains her lair. So maybe Fanny's even a little bit excited as she announces she's in Elysium. Elysium?
Elysium, that is beautiful.
Disco Elysium.
Let's go.
But yes, it is signifying that she is indeed a woman of good valor.
There is no way Shaw is going to Elysium when he dies.
So, what's the plan? We're not bringing her back, right? We're just going to talk to her?
I suppose we wish for perspective in regards to Shaw.
Yes. I guess if she wants to come back, we may try to obtain a grace from whichever deity is keeping her there. If she wants to return, however, that is quite disruptive to the natural order of things.
What if we... And, I really don't believe we should do this, but given the conversation,
Do you?
what if we bring Shaw?
He would not be permitted entry.
Really?
It is a plane of good. Whatever origin he comes from, this man is not good. Why should his feet taint the sands of Elysium?
Could we maybe see if she would go to a different afterlife plane to be with him?
Maybe. Definitely something we should ask her.
What if, I think maybe talking to her to see what she might think of his current
Doings.
state. Of his current state. If she might also have ideas of how to redeem him.
We should, and most definitely we should ask her for her view on things. If she wants to go back to him, if she wants to meet him, let's not forget that all we hear is outside perspective. We don't know this woman yet. So, perspective, like you said. I think Discord is acting up. I'm not hearing anything.
Quiet.
No, our voices are fine. I think it's
Right.
Kenkubot.
The Kikubot keeps
Oh.
it keeps, I don't know what it's doing, but it keeps doing something.
Is that the plan? We're going to Elysium? After a night's rest, that is.
Well, yes. I expect to spend the night identifying all my keys. My
Do you
keys all
have one
around.
for Elysium?
I do have one for Elysium. I made one. I don't remember why I made one for Elysium, but I did make one
I
for
know
Elysium.
why. I know why. You've been to Elysium before. In one of the game I DM'd.
Okay.
You flew on the train, you got to Elysium.
Right, yeah. And then
Picked up
yeah,
from
I think
Stan
he
there. That was with Bigsby actually.
Oh yeah. So did we like
Like this idea of going to Elysium. This sounds fun.
the horse that got stuck on the tracks? Or
What?
It was like some creature that got
The
stuck on the
fish.
track.
The
It was a
The
fish.
fish. It was a
fish.
fish.
Yeah, it was Fudge torturing a fish.
Oh my god. Yes, so Juno starts taking out his keys and then he yes, it's like that shell shock gif. As he remembers the poor fish.
Hey, I wasn't there. Of course.
Are you okay, Gino?
Not everything that happens in Elysium is necessarily a good thing.
I can't imagine how that could be.
Long story short, a fish got dunked out of a fish tank and fell into the railroad tracks while the train is moving, but the train is hovering over Elysium, so nothing can die. So this fish just dies and gets back to life, and dies and gets back to life, and dies and gets back to life.
Fanny gasps and put her hands over her mouth. She is shocked.
Mortified.
Fanny,
She's
Fanny,
appalled.
you
I
want
believe
to?
at the time we were over the Viking heaven.
Yeah, we were.
Anyway, Fanny, you want to go to Elysium?
I mean, of course, I would love to go to Elysium. It's where my god and all of her kin reside.
Are we going to meet your god?
I don't know. I don't know what layer of of Elysium Elizabeth Shaw is in. But it
Perhaps
could be
it would be
possible.
a good thing to seek out your brothers and sisters in Elysium then. If it is such a huge place, it is heaven at its finest. It is the heaven for all peoples. It is quite huge. I suppose it would be quite helpful if your celestial friends could help us in their search.
My celestial friends?
No, I mean, others faithful like yourself.
Yeah, I guess so. Should we find a shrine?
Sure.
I guess.
There aren't many here in the city anymore, but there's a lot of over here, I think.
In
broken
this
land.
city, there's tons. They're like all over the place.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There was one. This was like sort of the main big cathedral
Yeah.
before the collapse. But now there's just like little temples all throughout the city.
I mean, knowing what she looks like would be helpful, I imagine. I'm sure the Baroness keeps a portrait of her somewhere.
would be a good idea.
So, to-do list. Ask for a picture for Elizabeth. Taya puts it down in his notes.
Since you are so good at drawing, maybe you can also recreate a small portrait to with us.
I can. Tomorrow, though. I'm not that good at drawing. I'm just decent. Sorry, Fanny, what?
Is that okay? I know sometimes it doesn't pick up my voice if I speak too quickly.
Alright, we have a plan.
Look at us.
And we didn't even get drunk for it. Damn, opportunity wasted.
We could still get drunk now.
Of course, now that the planning phase is over, once we
Yeah.
have our perspective on Shaw, we can pass proper judgment.
I should go visit the professor. I'll meet you guys at the shrine.
I see. Oh, by the way, what I meant about your friends, I meant like maybe getting some celestials of your god to help us look for things. That's what I meant.
Oh, you mean that one time Gino summoned the angel and asked him to do
Yeah.
something without paying?
Yeah, maybe we have a guide. You know what's like 6464 Elysia Street or something.
Angel numbers 333.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. I wasn't sure if you meant like followers.
Literally bringing other acolytes.
Correct. I wasn't quite sure. I was like friends.
Right.
Like I don't have
We
any
are the-
friends here. I'm not from here.
Right.
Doesn't matter, we can
you're-
open a portal to Faerun and then Fanny can say, pack up guys, let's go to a trip to heaven.
and
Is
and
that
and Fanny's arc is finished.
Yes, that's Finding address. Finding Nemo address.
Oh, so we maybe don't have to go to a shrine then. I guess I can figure out what calling on my celestial friend be.
We
And-
could still do such a thing. We could still
Oh.
go to an acolyte. We could go on a field trip with your fellow followers if you wish.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many followers of Eldith, especially in large cities, mainly because she is the god of the groves, and often their shrines are out in the wilderness. We might be able to find some of the other gods' shrines about, but with Quinn being so big, it's possible if in a park we might find a shrine to Eldith.
It would be lovely.
Let me find out if there's a shrine to Eldith.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast locate object.
I have to know what the object is.
Yeah, I have to. Oh, never mind. No, I don't have it prepared. I said nothing. I mean, technically, a shrine to Eldith should have a holy symbol of Eldith in there, and if it's pink, then it's probably a shrine. You go find the shrine, and Gino, would you cast sending at me when you find it so I can meet you there?
Sure.
Alright, I'll go talk to the professor.
Go get him.
I'll end things.
You're gonna end him?
You're going to kill him?
You wish, Gino.
The Paladin of Justice strikes again.
You're going to behead him?
No, I'm gonna knight him.
Oh.
Oh, like you knighted me?
With respect to innuendos, yes, kinda. No, I'm kidding. I need to talk to him to end things. Ew, where's the university?
Glad to hear that Ateo is ending his little Romance.
I read a very interesting article on knighthood yesterday. It's great.
Nice.
Did you know that you are supposed to get slapped in the face when you get knighted?
Wait, really? I had
Why?
no idea.
Yes, because you don't get dubbed with the sword originally. Originally, you get belted with a sword, so the sword comes with the sheath and everything on the belt, and they wrap it around your belt, your midsection, and then they slap you in the face because that symbolizes the very last strike you will ever take without fighting back.
Huh.
Oh.
I get
And
the
then you
symbolism
changed
there.
into and then you changed into dubbing with the sword because that's the last strike you will take without fighting back.
Huh.
I see.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. I tell you, you make your way over to the university. It's a well trod path at this point, up to the professor's office, and he is there. Well, I guess I should say you arrive at his lab. Do you knock?
Now
Do
this
you-
is the worst move ever. I'm gonna pop into your work to break up with you. Bye.
You are making this choice.
Yes, I am. And he's gonna go in there, just ask if he's disturbing the professor for now, and ask for about 15 minutes.
The professor says, and oh, Atea, hello. Yes, it's great, wonderful to see you. I didn't expect you back so soon. Please come in.
Thank you. I think you wouldn't be this eager if you knew of the reason of my visit. And you see, I come alone because I want to talk to you alone. We
Okay.
had
Yeah,
an
yes.
we had an agreement, or at least some prospects before I left. But things that happened has put certain choices I made into perspective. And he's gonna bow very deeply and say, I have to apologize for toying with you, but it's fairer to you if we do not continue this courtship. I would not be able to do you justice.
He kind of cocks his head as you say that. And he says, well, whatever do you mean? I understand if you don't want to get entangled. I understand that can be distracting from one's work, and
It is
you are
by no means the fault of you. You are very lovely, and I am quite tempted still. But by my own tradition, I am married, and until the world ends, I will remain married. Which means, whatever we pursue, I can be your lover and no more. And even that will continue under the shadow that I am still in love with my husband, who has been dead for a very long time.
he kind of smiles sadly. He says, I see. When you first mentioned you were married, I worried, but I understand that your elven traditions are very different from the human ones when it comes to marriage and relationships. And he must have been an incredible person to hold your undying love like that. And I would never seek to replace that. I would never ask you to give that up. He smiles. He says, I think you're quite handsome yourself. And
Thank you.
And I do enjoy our times together. If
I would like to keep this friendship in whatever manner you deem proper, and whatever time of your time and friendship you would give me, I shall be grateful. I do want to tell you I am incredibly sorry. It is not because I was actively toying, it is just I was reminded that I have Jade. And if I ever wish to obtain redemption, I must be more harsh with myself. So literally, Atea is literally saying, "It's not you, it's me."
Yes, he frowns a bit at how kind of strict you're being on yourself. And he says, "I understand, and I am honored to be your friend. Sounds as though it will be easier if that is the extent at which we keep things." He says it's interesting times, and I worry daily that the end of the world is approaching, and the idea of being close to someone during these times is nice, but I understand that that is not something that you have to give, and I don't think you've toyed with me. You've been yourself, and you've been genuine, and you shown an interest in me, and I understand that it's not something that can go any further, and I respect that, and I thank you for bringing this to my attention, and I don't want you to be too hard on yourself.
I thank you for understanding. I shall be on my way. Oh, by the way, we did find 6 more shards, and we are probably taking a trip to Elysium.
he's like, his eyes just go wide, and he's like, "Whoa!"
Good day. Doop-doop-doop-doop-doop.
Yeah, his jaw, he's like busy picking his jaw up off the floor as you just like walk out of his office.
Yes.
As you like cross the threshold out of his office, he does manage to get out a very quick goodbye, Atea, and good luck.
He's gonna smile and walk away.
Nice. Meanwhile, I need everybody else to make investigation checks for me, please.
What? I must be very tired after my divination.
Yes. Faney, very tired. Umthrak, perhaps a little distracted, as you all strike out in search of a shrine of Eldath. But between Underfoot's kind of wanderings in the city, because he's kind of been all over the place, and Gino's keen eyes and senses of where to go, you guys are able to find a little shrine of Eldath, tucked away in a little green courtyard over here.
Backyard.
Yeah, it's a little courtyard. It's just a little green courtyard. But these little like shrines and things again are tucked away in places like all over the city. Yeah, so you all are able to find one if you have anything you want to do there.
Mainly because I was confused before, but I think I will just, because even though I created my own little shrine and did my divination, I will maybe take some seeds out of my pocket and plant some at this shrine, as like yet another little offering to Eldeth.
Mm-hmm.
They're marigolds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We,
And I turn to the folks who followed me here, and I hold out my hand with some other assortment of flower seeds, and I ask them if they too would like to plant something to Eldeth before we possibly visit Elysium.
Underfoot stops because he was thinking, "Oh, we're not gonna eat them."
She kind of shrugs and shakes her head, and she says, you know, eating the seeds also is not necessarily a bad thing. And she hands you some sunflower seed. She says, all life has beginnings and endings, and even when one ends, it does not necessarily mean that there is not another beginning. And she hands you some sunflower seeds.
Underfoot will like eat half and then like plant the rest.
Oh. Who else followed me here?
It would be Umthrak as well, as he'll take one of the seeds and he'll follow the proper instruction on how to plant it, and he'll say, "We were not of the devoted kind, but I hear that Elysium is a heaven for everyone worthy to visit and to live. Would you say that those that are particularly devoted have a better time there?"
Yes, those who are devoted and pious and strongly follow the good in this world, I think they might find it easier to end up in Elysium. But that at times devotion alone may not be a reason somebody ends up there. But it is a place for good, ultimately good people.
I see. Clarification. That is comforting to know. May our goddess be good to us as well.
I do hope so. And she gently smiles and gestures for you to plant your single seed that you picked out.
We'll plant it 4 feet deep down because the standard is 2 feet. We'll double it because you think it's a good thing, maybe not.
I think those plants are gonna grow.
It's in the dirt.
And he just is like, that's a good hole, Umthrak.
It's a
Good.
nice hole, isn't it? As a boy, I was very proficient in hole digging. It was my entire passion. I thought I was gonna grow up digging holes.
You still
Look where
can.
I've ended up. I still could.
Don't give up on your dreams.
Yeah.
Of course.
Go back to bed.
Bed. Oh.
And then
I'm
I
gonna
guess
start
last
digging a bigger hole.
take a bigger hole. I guess then last is Gino. Would you like to plant some seeds, Gino?
Yes, I would like to plant my favorite berry, the watermelon.
Oh.
Do you have any of those seeds readily on you, Gino?
I think I would have like a really Gina would have like a really expensive version of watermelon seeds that he keeps in a pouch, and they're probably like long dried out. But he doesn't know that. He's never planted before.
Can't he just abracadabra some?
I don't know that it can do living. I mean, he wouldn't think to do that. He thinks that his seeds still are valid.
All right.
Kind of wondering, like, can I look at the seeds and maybe if they're like too dry, can I cast like lesser restoration on them or something to make them a little more like a little more viable? I'm looking at some of the spells. They're not creatures, but
Yeah, you don't
I don't-
actually have a lot of druidic magic that
I
would be able to
don't.
help with that. So no.
Actually, DM, a plant is a creature.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. Lesser restoration. Fine.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
Can't hurt. And then
Today could
I
have being dead.
and so I maybe they're, you know, poisoned. So I kind of shrug and say maybe this will help them, and I gesture for you to plant them.
Yeah, and he plants them. And
Thank you all for joining me here. I hope that our meager offerings will transfer over to our time as we venture to Elysium and maybe gain some of the favor of some celestials or spirits once we cross over there.
Of course. After all, we do intend to walk their sands. It is only right.
And that's all. I don't know what else to do at the shrine.
What
Yeah,
would
that's perfect.
happen if I like drew a bunch of life runes and like connected them to the seeds?
Yeah, I think if you did that, you would see that the those seeds and actually, in fact, like all of the plants in this area, there are lots of little wildflowers and things just begin to grow and bud and blossom pretty quickly. It's like almost like watching a time lapse over the course of a few seconds. These plants sprout to life. A few marigolds, tall sunflower that is actually very short because since it was planted 4 feet deep. Oh no! Wait, no. The Underfoot planted the sunflower. That's right. Yeah. They all bloom, and then a vine pops out. And it takes a little longer, but over the course of a couple of minutes, you see a little melon begin to form on it and grow and ripen.
Did an Umbrak take one seed? One
Yes, only
sunflower
one.
seed?
Well, you gave the
Yeah.
sunflowers to Underfoot.
What seed did Umbrak take then?
Well, considering I misspoke and I said feet instead of inches, probably took some sort of like seed for a larger plant.
You see, there's like
Small tree is growing.
yes, there's a maple
Oh,
sapling sticking up out of the
Yeah.
ground.
The whole ass sapling, yes.
Fanny is just looking at Underfoot like with a big smile on her face, and she just is kind of wrapped in awe, and she says, "It's so beautiful."
Yeah, shards can be used for good too.
You did good.
You want to see what happens when you draw the power rune on, like, on the ground?
Her eyebrows furrow, and she says, "Maybe not here."
Good choice.
You're
But
just
maybe
doing
another-
that
What
because,
you power
But definitely another time.
Yes.
you're just doing that because Atea isn't there to stop you.
And I think on that note, as you all turn and head out of the alcove where the shrine is and head off to find Atea and probably some beverages for the evening, I think that is a good place to end the session.
Wahoo! Wahoo! Umthrak's going to start making slippers only because he's got cobbler's tools proficiency.
Why do you have cobbler's tools?
Do
Those
we
are
all
important,
get
yo.
slippers?
Yeah, we can all get slippers. He's got cobbler's tools proficiency. Everyone
Hell
can have
yeah.
slippers. You get some slippers.
You get some slippers. You get some slippers.
Can my slippers have like bunny ears on them?
Sure. I would have to slay an actual bunny, but yes, I can do this.
Never mind. Thought you want to crochet a bunny on top or something, but I guess that's Weaver's tool.
Yes. I work with authentic materials, yes.
No!
I do have Weaver's tools proficiency, but I'm too lazy to pull them out.
Ooh.
Ooh, great session, y'all. That was a good one.
Yeah, I was sick. That was
Yeah,
nice.
it was.
For next session, unfortunately, we will be out of town. So we won't be able to do the 30th. We'll have to skip, which means the next one will be the 13th. Yeah, the 13th.
Yes, 13. Hey, I'm on vacation. Yay!
Ooh, nice.
Sweet.
Try to get back home and do Tir Briste.
I mean, I guess we could.
I mean,
4-hour drive.
yeah, you probably won't want to do that.
Yeah, probably not.
Who's the driver
Me.
for the two? Gotcha.
Yeah,
There we
if you
go.
drive for 4 hours and then DM, that could be very exhausting.
Yeah, I think it'd be a little much. I think we're just gonna have to pass on the week. I know you want to play. I know they all want to play too.
We could do. We could like someone else could DM.
That's true. I mean, we'll probably be back by like that time of the evening. I don't think I'll be up to DMing that night. But if if somebody wanted to do like a little one shot or something, we could probably participate. But I think we'll go ahead and say we're not gonna do Tir Briste.
Get some one shot together of us just, probably play other characters for once and
Yeah.
somebody volunteering.
We don't have to set it up right now. We can set it up.
We got time to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Do I hear Gino speaking up? Oh, is it just me or do I hear Gino speaking up? He's raising his hand. Ooh,
I heard
insane.
Underfoot cough.
Wow. Oh, really? Underfoot was also.
I saw Gino just like
Not so
that-
fast.
It's like the scene in Is it
We could roll to see who DMs.
the Prisoner of Azkaban? Yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban. When like Hagrid wants somebody to ride the hippogriff, and Harry's standing there, and everybody else steps back.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you, Harry.
We have
Wow,
a
Harry, how
volunteer.
gracious. You're the only one who didn't step back in fear.
Oh, this was cool.
Awesome.
Cool
Yes.
session. Cool session.
We've
Man,
been
why
doing
do you
some-
have to make Shaw so deep? Oh, okay, it would be so easy.
Well,
You're welcome.
I'll
uh,
be parallel stories so much.
I gotta say,
do love this.
yeah, I've been really enjoying y'all's RPing over the last several sessions as we've kind of gone through this arc. It's been really good. So thank you all for doing that.
Thank you all for the aid. I am enjoying this so much. It is so deep. It allows so much personal character roleplay, and it's a trouble that we can't just punch our way out. So
Mhm.
it's really cool.
It's
We
good.
could try.
I mean,
We
you were more than
could
welcome
try.
to.
Yes.
I mean, if we want to punch our way out, we could. But character
you-
roleplay is. Sorry.
And what were you saying about parallel story?
Yeah, some
Oh
truck.
no.
Their backstory coming, please. Tell me
It
there is.
not necessarily. Umthrak and Shaw's story are eerily similar.
Oh,
Oh,
intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
nay. Tears too, with the lot of grieving and stuff. It's so much outlet. So good.
Oh,
I mean,
I just come in and make everything
flaw.
serious. I'm sorry.
No, I'm really, I'm really
How could you?
grateful. I'm really grateful for this.
It's also this arc too. I kind of teed some stuff up to make things a little more serious.
Yeah, blame Mav.
Why
Jolly-
so
Jolly-
serious?
At some point, we have to break a little bit from that for dude in a house roleplay. So this was very much appreciated.
Bachelor pad.
Yeah.
Well, not really bachelors, but
Similar vibe. All right, y'all. I gotta hop off. We got some stuff to do around the house. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you for the
Right.
roleplay.
Thank
It was pretty
you.
cool.
Later, y'all.
Bye.
Everyone have a good evening. Good.
Thank
good
you
time
all.
zones.
Thank you. Bye.
Good time zones.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm surprised everybody